Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm actor Austin Zajur from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I'm hanging with your boy Galaxy on Comic-Con Radio.
What's that?
It's her book of scary stories.
Some people believe if we repeat stories often enough, they become real. They make us who we are.
That can be scary.
Eat it, Harold.
Do you want to see a haunted house?
Some kids went missing, so they boarded it up.
Okay, we saw it. Should we go now?
Who ordered the chicken?
What's that?
It's her book of scary stories. Tell me a story.
Hey, what's going on?
Tommy's missing.
Tommy's name was in the book.
There's no way it's actually connected, right? Okay, what if what happens in the book is exactly what's happened for real? Oh my god. Andy!
Stella!
Listen, you're in the next story.
We're reading it right here.
It's a corpse looking for her missing toe.
I'm afraid that we woke something up.
You shouldn't have taken the book.
We've got to stop it.
Sarah Bellows' book, where the stories write themselves and it all comes alive.
The jangling man is coming.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing in for Comic-Con Radio. Coverage of pop culture events from around the globe. Amazing interviews with celebrities. Daily recaps and reviews of popular television. Movie reviews. Everything Comic-Con and fandom from around the globe. Comic-Con Radio. Get ready to enter our universe. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is your boy Galaxy for another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio. It's post-Comic-Con week, and we have a load of guests this week, almost like 25 guests, action-packed. Everybody wants to come on Comic-Con Radio and chit-chat with yours truly, Galaxy. Today we have an amazing guest from a very cool and freaky and scary new movie coming out. The movie's called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And we have Austin Zajur in the house. What's up, buddy? Welcome to Comic-Con Radio.
Hey, what's up, Comic-Con Radio? How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. So this movie coming out, what a freaky movie. Did this scare you?
Yeah, a little bit. There's definitely some pretty scary parts in the movie, for sure, yeah.
That's cool, buddy. So, you're a young actor, young in Hollywood, doing your thing. When you were a little kid, did you dream of acting?
Actually, yeah. There was a moment in my basement when I was in 4th grade where I was watching some Disney Channel movie, and I was like, I could do that, honestly. And then from there, I just slowly worked my way into becoming an actor, and then now I'm doing it.
You're doing your thing now.
Yeah.
So are you from like a small town, big city? Where are you from?
So I'm from the suburbs of Richmond, Virginia. So it's kind of like a small town vibe, but not like too small. You know what I mean? Probably about like under 1 million or something.
Wow. Well, I'm familiar with, Virginia and those areas. That's a pretty cool town. Under 1 million, it's pretty big. I thought under 1,000
but
small
it's like,
feel.
No, yeah, but there's like a lot of like different suburbs of it, like Richmond. So I don't.
Pretty
My
cool.
math could be wrong on that though.
Are you one of the most popular kids from there now?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't been back in a while, so maybe. But at the same time, who knows?
Who knows, huh? Well, you know what? When your
Yeah.
movie comes out, people might want to bring you back into town and give you some kind of key or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Richmond, Virginia, small town feel with a lot of people. I understand that. There's many cities like that. And,
Yeah.
you know, when you were a kid, you saw the Disney Channel and you were like, I can do this. Was the Disney Channel your goal or was it something else?
I don't know. I don't think it was my goal really. I think it was just what I was watching at the time, being like 11, I guess. But I never thought I would be doing a horror movie like I'm in now, which is interesting because I always have been more drawn towards comedy. But I guess there's like my character has a lot of comedy in movies, so I don't know.
So did you want to be a comedian first or acting was the thing?
I think just like a comic actor in movies. I feel like stand-up's honestly one of my biggest fears. So I don't know about doing stand-up.
You don't want to do stand-up comedy, huh? You just want to get into the movies and be the funny guy in movies, basically.
Yeah, I'll leave stand-up to the professionals.
Well, you've been in quite a bit of movies. You know, you've been in Kidding, Fist Fight. You played Neil. How was that working with Ice Cube and across so many other actors?
Oh, it was fun, man. Ice Cube is a pretty intense dude that scared me a little bit working with him, but it was a lot of fun. I didn't really have to act too much because I was supposed to be a little scared of him in my scenes, but it was a great time. And then Charlie Day he's one of my favorite people ever to work with. And I'm actually doing his new movie called El Tonto, which is his directorial debut, which comes out next year, which will be really good.
So you're going to be in that movie?
Yes.
Wow, how exciting. Charlie Day's a funny guy. Do you like his voice? That voice he makes
when
he gets excited?
Yeah. I don't think he likes it because it's his real voice, but I think it's hilarious.
You know, it's cool that you said you want to be in like comedies and things like that because I do see you've been in a couple of comedies, but you've been in a lot of horror movies as well or horror-themed films. A Haunting and now this new movie coming out, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That trailer, when I saw it, when my producers here showed it to me, I was freaked out, especially that lady in the hallway that's like butt naked walking. I'm like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah. It's pretty terrifying because on set too, the wardrobe for those characters, those monsters, were actually like just prosthetics. So they were just people in those costumes. Every now and again, you just go to set and you'd like go into the bathroom and be like, holy crap. Because you'd see like some like demented figure just in the stall next to you.
And you got freaked out.
Yeah.
You'd be in a stall, you know, doing your business, and all of a sudden next to you is some creepy monster.
Yeah.
Is it hard using the bathroom?
It definitely makes me feel a little like precautious before I go in every time now.
Now you're going to do a check. Did that freak you out enough that now when you go to a public restroom, you check underneath the stalls?
I'm not gonna lie, I may have done that once, but I try to keep my cool.
Hey, after I saw I Am Legend, I did that for like 3 days after. I would check into every room because I was freaked out, and then I was like, "Hey, it's a movie. You know, Will Smith was in it." But I understand.
Yeah.
You know, you're a young dude, and you know things I think hit you a little differently, and you have a very imaginative mind probably still, and probably these things linger. Was there any freaky moments on set during the movie that really freaked you out?
Yes, that is a definite yes. 1 week, so I guess Guillermo and the rest of the producers and Andre, the director, decided that for one of the big sequences from the story, The Dream, with the pale woman, they thought, let's go film that in an actual haunted mental institution, one of the biggest in North America that's been abandoned, and let's film there the entire week and do all-night shoots. So Austin will have to be up there at 3 a.m. every night pretending to see ghosts when he was actually seeing, like, ghosts and stuff at the haunted mental institution. So that was pretty interesting.
So you actually had to go to this haunted location that's known to be haunted. They took you there at 3 a.m. and you had to act these roles out. Was there a big crew there, or were you like with a little small crew?
There was a crew, but like I was always away from them a little bit until like they like called me to do a scene. So I was just like, I'd be in a room, and of course none of the other cast members were there at that time, so it was just me alone.
In the hospital or in a trailer?
No, so like sometimes the hospital was so big, the institution, that my trailer was far away. So they'd be like, "Oh, you just stay in this room, like over in this hallway. We'll come call you when we need you." So I would just be alone in this like creepy ass room, just terrified.
What the hell? That's freaky, man. Like, hey, I get freaked out really quick by these things. So imagine if someone's sitting in a hospital that you know it's haunted, and yeah, there could be like 50 people around, but when they're like 100 feet away from you, you know, anything can happen.
No, and these hallways are so long, man. It's ridiculous. Like this entire mental institution goes on for like miles, and there's all these like secret underground like basement like hallway tunnels. It's like ridiculous.
So it was freaky moments.
Yeah, but I mean, it helped me not really have to like do too much acting. So hopefully my acting's really good in that. That whole
really
sequence.
got scared.
Yeah, because I was really scared out of my mind.
Well, so now when people see the movie and when they hear this, they're gonna be like, "This kid was really freaked out." Did you see anything while you were there? Anything?
I don't know if it was my mind playing tricks on me, but like whenever I'd walk by a certain room, I just like think I would see like a distorted image in the mirror, and it's probably just my mind playing tricks, but I think I did, yeah.
You never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
It might have been real, because if it's known to be haunted and all these ghost hunters went there, so something must have happened. Now, any kind of malfunctions happened during shooting? Anything happened that you guys were like, whoa, it must be some kind of spirit issue?
Not that I can like think of off the top of my head, but maybe.
But maybe nothing they told you, right?
I did have to do a lot of ADR for that whole sequence, so maybe the audio was a little messed up, you know? Maybe there were like weird demon voices on the audio, the original ones.
You were in the mental hospital. They put your trailer or your room like far away from everything, and when they needed you, they would come and get you. So here's the thing. How many days did you guys shoot at that mental hospital?
We were there for 5 days straight.
Night and day?
Yes. So,
Wow.
So either we would start out like late in the day, and then work like up until about 3 or 4 a.m., or we would start like at night, probably like 7, and then work till 7 in the morning.
Did you guys get a break? Did you guys get to leave that area, or you had to stay there the whole week?
Oh no, we were staying like pretty close to probably like 20 minutes away from the institution. I gotta find the name of it. It was in Ontario, I think.
Oh, so this was in Canada.
Oh yeah.
So you went to a crazy nut hospital in Canada. So they were like Canadian ghosts and
Yep. All Canadians.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So what made you want to take this script for this movie? Was it like something that you read previously and you were like, I have to be in this movie?
Well, I mean, if you get an audition for something like this and you're like, oh, well, it's Guillermo del Toro. All right, let's like get real into this. But I really connected with the character, in all honesty, because Chuck Steinberg is this like kind of gaggy, goofy, weirdo, like funny comedic relief kind of guy who loves to annoy his friends and like play pranks on everybody. But it was super rare for this character, because throughout the film he kind of has a big emotional like character arc, where at the beginning of the film you see him as kind of like this guy that you wouldn't expect him to really be too emotional or really care too much about anything, but later on in the film he undergoes all these like super intense circumstances that make him have to feel and deal with all these intense emotions. So he kind of like changes throughout the film, and the audience sees that he actually does really care about like his friends, and he's a deep, empathetic person. And you don't really normally find scripts that have such a great character arc for the comedic relief character.
So you exactly know what you want.
I mean, when I read this script, yes.
When you read this script, basically, yeah, you knew what you wanted. It was something amazing. You know, this movie's going to be a big hit. It's going to be a big hit with like teens and adults and everyone. You know, I'm already going to be at the premiere. I gotta watch this movie, and it's going to be something really cool for everyone to talk about. And it is a freaky, scary movie.
Yeah, it's an intense, like suspenseful, like thriller horror movie. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really, really cool. Now, how was it working with Guillermo del Toro?
It was nuts, man. So he was actually on set for like a lot of the movie, and he a couple scenes he would like kind of help give direction. So there'd be some scenes where he would just come up to me and give me a banana and say, just eat the banana in the scene. Just trust me. And I'd be like, okay, I'll eat the banana. And then he'd come back and be like, throw the banana at your sister. Just pick the moment when you want to. I won't tell you. And then he just scramble away, and I'd be like, okay. And then there are other moments when he was like just so specific in terms of how my body language should be in a moment, and it was just like he's an absolute genius, and you really get to see that when you work with him. So
he gave you a banana and said throw it at your sister in the scene.
Yeah, but the banana makes that scene so much funny.
Yeah,
which is the best part about it.
That's really cool.
And I never would have thought about it.
That's cool that he was so hands-on and he helped you. Did he notice everything that was going on? That's the kind of person he is. Did you notice that from him?
When something was wrong, yes. But when in other moments he didn't want to exactly tell you what to do, he would just say, just try something here. I trust you. And he'd let me like be collaborative with something. But in other moments when it was more specific, he would just tell you and show you what needed to be fixed.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool that he gave you your own creative moments and he let you figure it out. And you know, you got chosen for that part for a reason. So he already knew your strengths and your weaknesses and what to do and what not to do. So he would let you grow into it. And you're doing good, man. You're a very talented young man. I got to say young man, just like that. You're a talented kid.
Thank
you know,
dude.
Comedy's your thing. Go for it.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, dude.
And you're working 100%. With some cool people, man. Charlie Day and Ice Cube and
Jim Carrey.
Right?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey. How was working with
been
him?
A while.
I'm kidding.
It was cool, man. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Did he treat you cool, or he was like, "Hey, you're nothing. I'm Jim Carrey"?
No, he was super nice.
Jim Carrey's been through it. You know, he's one of those actors that's been through the ringer, and he made it when there was no social media or Instagram or anything to boost people's careers.
I know.
And he knows what's up. So when he sees talented individuals, he probably is like, "Hey, let's make this happen."
Yeah.
Did you get any movies or any kind of other roles from any of these co-workers of yours during movies? I know Charlie Day is putting you in his next movie, but was there any other big opportunities you got because they're like, wow, this kid's talented, let's work together?
Not any that I can currently talk about.
So it's the Hollywood secret. I get it, man. I'm not gonna push you on it either. You're young, and the listeners are gonna be like, why did you push this young dude to tell you everything? And I'm gonna be like, oh man, yeah. I usually do that too.
I want to tell you. It's just like I don't want to get a lawsuit on my hands.
We got to bring you back on.
Yeah. I guess so.
When you're, especially after this movie comes out. So when does this movie come out?
August 9th.
Dang.
In theaters.
It's gonna be a scary summer when that movie comes out.
Yeah, I know. And you actually buy your tickets online now, which I highly recommend because I've been telling everybody to try to like get their tickets now. So
that's pretty cool. You're telling people to buy their tickets. They got a good actor. You're like
I've already got one theater sold out, so that's good.
Dang,
that's
which theater is that?
Yeah, it's at the AMC in LA.
Nice.
My friend bought a bunch of tickets.
So is that where you're living now, L.A.?
Yes, yeah.
The L.A. dream?
Yeah, although I'm currently in Atlanta working on another project.
Nice. So you're under 20, right?
I'm actually 23.
23 years old. I knew that. I was just tricking you.
Yeah, I just got the young baby face.
You got the baby face. So you're under 25. You're in movies, traveling around the country, going everywhere, and you're living your life. How does it feel being you today?
It feels wild. I mean, it feels like normal, although I wake up and like have like moments sometimes where I'm like, whoa, this is actually happening. Like I used to dream of this as a kid. So it's kind of surreal at the same time. But at the end of the day, I'm just my normal self. And it doesn't feel that weird.
You're just Austin.
Yeah.
And you do have a baby face, Austin. You don't look a day past 16.
Believe me, I know, man. I every time I go in a bar, I have to show 2 forms of identification.
Really? They don't believe your driver's license?
No. They're like, what is this 15-year-old kid doing in this bar? These are good fake IDs, but I don't believe you.
Well, you know why, right? You know why? You just don't have a young face. You also have that, like, you know, that Campbell Soup kid face with those, like, rosy cheeks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm aware.
I was like, hey, do I have to be cool because he's, like, 16? They're like, no, this dude's, like, 45 years old.
He's 50 years old, bro.
He's, like, 60. Just bring him on. It's okay. So you give 2 forms of ID, and then do they still believe you, or they're like, no, you're still lying? But
so there have been moments where they've been like, nah, you can't come in, not tonight. And I've been like, what? And I've been over it. But like most of the times, they'll let me in.
Do you write like Yelp reviews? I was here, I showed 2 forms of IDs, and they still didn't let me in.
I got to start doing that. It'll be a good way to get my revenge.
Well, you know what? After this next movie, they'll probably recognize you a lot more. Do you look like yourself in these movies, or are you like you're like some of those actors that are drastically different in real life, and in the movies you're a different look?
Well, in this one, I think I look the same just because my hair is long, like it is in the movie. But I look different from how I did in Fist Fight for sure.
But you know what, right? You play like a teen character in this movie, so they're gonna think you're actually younger than what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna be like, oh, I know this kid's 15, but he's in this movie.
But that's cool, man.
Yeah.
This is a wide range for you because you look so young. You could still play 15-year-old characters.
Yeah, I know. It feels a little weird doing that because you're acting with kids who are like 17 and 18 when you're like older than them. But it's still super fun.
Yeah, it's fun. You get to meet new people, and you still get to be youthful. So when you're 30, you'll probably start playing a 20-year-old character.
Yeah, I'll move on to college roles.
Yeah, when you're 30. And when you're 50, you'll play like 25-year-olds.
Yeah. Just like, getting married for the first time.
Like Ralph Macchio. You know, he used to do that for a while. That's a funny thing, man. So the goal, what's the goal, the next 5-year goal for you?
Just keep doing projects that I really connect to and love, and then get more into like giving back and with like people and just kind of helping inspire people and making them realize that they can do this too, because I'm just like a kid from Virginia who wanted to be an actor, and now I'm in a freaking Guillermo del Toro movie just because I thought I could do it. So
that just sounds cool, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, he's a dope name.
It's pretty wicked, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, you know, he's a mastermind in what he does. This is a good path for you, my man, and I'm very happy for you. You're doing amazing. If you can take a movie role right now, Marvel or DC, which one would you choose?
Marvel.
Why?
I'm gonna sound like so lame, but I do like the Avengers movies.
Me too, man. I love the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
I love Marvel movies. I love DC television. It's just my thing. I wrote about it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. That like if it was a TV show, I'd maybe go DC. I was thinking more in the movie mindset.
I can see you as a superhero, but would you want to be kind of like the buddy of the superhero, or would you want to be a superhero?
A superhero for sure.
That's cool, man.
You never
know. You never know. You got some good filmography in your forte, and Marvel's expanding. It's not just about the killing superheroes.
The
jacked
leading
superheroes.
man.
There you go. You could be the alter ego of the Hulk.
I'm really a 50-year-old man, and my superpower is turn into a kid. So
There
I can
you
do
go.
some 21
cool.
Jump Street operations.
Well,
and save the day.
These days there's so many cool stories. My first book just came out. It's called it's called Comic-Con. My first comic's coming out at New York Comic-Con, and the characters are just normal people. That's why I'm trying to say that it's about normal people these days, normal lives, normal things, and just cool things that come out of that, because you have to have people relate to everything. And you're a very relatable person. You've been in situations that are funny and now scary, but I bet your character in this movie is more humorous than serious. Is that true?
Yes, I think so. Definitely.
What can you tell us from the movie that you won't get in trouble about?
I don't know. I think that I'll just say I have a very, very, very close connection with the story, The Dream, from the book.
Did you read the book?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. I mean, my dad would tell me some stories from it when I was a kid, but I never knew that he was reading from a book. I just thought he was making the stories up in his mind. But I love the books.
So when you found that out, you're like, "Oh, Dad, you're not as cool as I thought you were."
Yeah, 100%.
Now you're like, "Oh, all those things my dad told me were from a book."
Yeah. I don't know what to believe.
You're like, "What do I believe these days?" But hey, you're 23 now, man. You're a 23-year-old old man that looks like a 15-year-old. You're a cool kid. If fans want to get a hold of you, Austin, what do they do? Instagram, Twitter, which one do you like more?
I'm bigger on Instagram, and then also YouTube.
That's it. So if they want to find you on Instagram, where do they go?
Just type in at Austin Zajur. AustinZajur.
That's cool. So since people found out that you were in this movie, you have a leading role, have you gotten more messages and more fans reaching out to you?
Yeah, in the past 2 weeks, it's been a fair amount, which has been really, really cool.
I always tell people that are just growing their social media, don't open every DM.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's great. You're like,
I agree with that.
I know. That's cool, man. That's cool. Is there anything you want to tell the fans out there, Austin? Anything from your heart?
Keep staying true to yourself and being confident in who you are, and good things will happen to you.
That's awesome, man. That's good advice. And what advice can you give any young actors trying to be just like you?
Start filming your own videos and just putting them up on YouTube to just try to get a feel for being in front of the camera, and then start perfecting the small things in your acting life, and then keep on doing that, and then things will grow and grow and grow, and one day you'll be in a movie.
That's a smart thing to say, man. Nobody has ever gave that advice. In my shows, nobody's have said, hey, go on, make some videos and put it on YouTube and check it out and try to have people look at it. That's pretty neat. That's a great advice. People should do that because that kind of gets the little fear out of everything.
Yeah, because I've taken so many acting classes and theater ones and stuff like that, but what it really comes down to is getting comfortable in front of a camera. And if you want to do TV and film, you can, of course, take theater classes and acting classes, but at the end of the day, you really just gotta try to make your own little movie and see how you feel about it, and just continue to get better at your craft and perfect it.
Can you say that you're less nervous on set now than in the beginning?
Yeah, I'm definitely less nervous now.
And how did you get that clear? Through time, or it just happened on its own?
I think definitely just through time and having so many days where I would be so nervous and anxious and fearful to go, when I'm in my trailer, and a PA comes and is like, hey, Austin, 5 minutes, 5-minute warning, and you're just oh no, and you're just so nervous that you're gonna screw up the scene and that you're gonna ruin this whole production for this movie. But then you just go and you do it, and you face the fear, and you risk just failure, and then normally it comes out great. I've never had it not turn out good so far. So I don't know if that's the right formula, but it's been working for me. So just continually face your fears, I guess.
That's great advice, and that's an honest way to put it. You're telling people, do some YouTube videos, put it up, watch yourself, let people critique you. You're saying, nerves are okay, but keep critiquing yourself. Are you hard on yourself sometimes?
Yeah, I'm super critical and super hard on myself, which is probably why I get so nervous before I do things. But at the end of the day, I just have been learning to understand that it's all right to feel these things, and it's all right to not be perfect, and you just kind of gotta just do the best you can, and then you see what happens.
That's actually a cool thing to say, because what is perfect? Nobody knows what perfect is. It's the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No one knows.
You are absolutely right about that, man. Right? And that advice you just gave right now probably is gonna boost somebody's, feelings, and they're gonna go try it out. Have you noticed a lot more people trying acting since you started?
I think definitely because so I started to do it before social media was a thing, and I wanted to do it. I mean, I guess YouTube existed, which is where I started to make videos when I was in middle school. I'd make like weird sketches, which is where I found like the love for it, and which is why I kind of give that advice to people. Just because now you can get more views than a movie does by a YouTube video if you really get good at it. But I'm sorry, what was the question, man?
No, you answered it right, man. You answered it right. You're like, what's
I'm like, what the fuck?
No, you answered it, man. You're absolutely right. You can get more views making a sketch in junior high than a major motion picture spending $50 million.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is just insane.
I just wanted you to finish that sentence. That's why I was like, I'm not going to bump it. I wanted to hear him say this. You're so right, man.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But
you have to have that in you, though. You have to have that in you.
No, yeah, you gotta be like hungry for it, I guess, is what it comes down to. Like, I don't remember making those YouTube videos, and I don't remember like telling my mom, hey, I want to go get headshots done and send them to New York because I researched what agencies I had to send them to. Like, I don't remember any of that, but I just did it because I was just obsessed with it at the time.
That's cool. So you pushed your parents, and you're like, Mom, this, Dad, this, I want to do this, I want to do that. So it was all your drive. It wasn't like your parents saying, you're going to become the star of the family and we're going to eat off of you.
No, they thought I was crazy. They were like, Austin, New York is 7 hours away. We can't take you there. I'd be like, no, Mom, but I saved up enough money for a bus ticket. Like, we can go, and I can have this interview with this lady. Just trust me. A little sixth grade Austin.
That's crazy. So you were doing that in the sixth grade. Wow.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to, like, get into it before social media was a thing, but now just with, like, new apps and stuff like TikTok and Instagram and all these different things, kids are, like, I feel are now just constantly wanting to be in front of a camera and be quote-unquote famous or whatever, which, in my opinion, isn't the reason why you should want to do acting, because acting is really about, like, just, like, you should honor that craft. Like, you can really affect someone's emotional state when they watch you in a movie, and, like, that's not something to, like, just mess around with and play with because you want to be famous. Like, you really got to, like, take that seriously, in my opinion.
That's very cool.
Do an honest job.
You're absolutely right, man. It is a serious thing. What you say affects a lot of people. And yeah, a lot of people these days just want to be famous. They do it for the fame, but not the art and the craft. Because you started in junior high, that was kind of the beginnings of this social media stuff. But still, you know, these days, yeah, you can get popular quick by doing crazy things online. But back then, you had to work for it. But you did. You went movie to movie to project to project. And now you're in this amazing movie. And the things you say make sense. You have a good head on your shoulder. And I think that's why all these big-time directors and producers are taking you in and working on projects. Especially Charlie Day wouldn't put you in his directorial debut if he didn't think you had it in you. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, it's I'm like super grateful. Like, at times I can't believe that any of this is happening, but it's just insane, man. It takes time.
It takes time, yeah. That's rad. And you were this young kid making appointments in the sixth grade, pushing your parents to go with you to New York City so you could become an actor.
Dude, Ridiculous. Yeah.
When,
Yep.
when you look back at that, are you like, what the hell? Or you're like, thank God I did it because now look where I'm at.
A bit of both. At times I'm like, what the hell? In high school, I would literally wake up at 4 a.m. and take a bus to New York by myself and then come back at 6 p.m. just because I went to like a commercial audition. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you're ridiculous. But I'm so happy I did all that. But I don't know.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Hey, man, you've been a pleasure to chat with on the show. I know you have a busy day.
You too, man.
You have so many things to do. I can't wait for you to come back on once the movie goes out so we could chat about this, hopefully future projects and anything else coming up. You're always welcome on the show. And with that said, do you want to tell the fans anything before we sign out?
Go see Scary Stories August 9th and bring your friends because you're going to like it.
That's it, man. You're a good promoter. You sold a whole theater out. They should give you some commissions for that.
I know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, this was an amazing episode. Thank you so much, Austin, for coming on. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to reach Austin, go to @Austin Zajur. That's how you pronounce it, but it's Zajur. On Instagram, Twitter, follow him, watch his stuff. Maybe you can find some of his old YouTube videos online and, support this young dude's career. And he's not 15 years old. Next time you see him in a bar or club, let him in because this dude's in his 20s. But anyways, we love you guys. And with that said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your boy Galaxy with Austin Zajur, and we're signing out from another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio. Ready, Austin? We got to give them kisses. 3, 2, 1. Mwah.
Bye, guys. Have a great day or night. Bye.
There you go, guys. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing out from another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio. Tune in for your daily shows of Comic-Con Radio. Go to comiccon-radio.com. Reach us on social media. Instagram @Comic-Con Radio. Comic-Con Radio, taking the world one listener at a time.
Start filming your own videos and just putting them up on YouTube. To just try to get a feel for being in front of the camera, and then start perfecting the small things in your acting life, and then keep on doing that, and then things will grow and grow and grow, and one day you'll be in a movie.